Litvinov, who seems to be one of the decisive people in terms of the economic policy. He's preparing a document, and let me appeal right now. For those who can, please start monitoring the news reports coming out of this area in Ukrainian and or Russian, because they're going to release this economic policy document soon, if it hasn't already happened. And this is something that the world has to find out about. And I propose, since I've got the basis now, to continue reporting about this. So keep monitoring my Twitter feed. I will be catching up now over this weekend with a large number of Twitters so that we can get this very interesting word out. So Litvinov says, first of all, the basis of the new Donetsk People's Republic is the firm rejection of the national fascist ideology, which is the essence of the Kiev Maidan, the Kiev government, the Poroshenko, Yatsenyuk, Yarosh monstrosity taking shape there in Kiev. This includes the resolute rejection of Russia as an enemy image. No Russian enemy image. Kein russisches Feindbild. It is excluded. Rather, this is a government which wants to give priority to the development of infrastructure. Infrastructure. They're already million miles ahead of a lot of people here in the West. The basis of the new government is the development of the economy and the infrastructure. They formally reject the organization of the economy according to oligarchical principles. No oligarchy, says Litvinov. That will not be tolerated, has not been tolerated. And they reject the neoliberal ideology. Neoliberalism is formally rejected. So no to national fascism, no to oligarchy, no to neoliberalism, and instead an emphasis on infrastructural development. Now, perhaps the most dramatic, they have nationalized the banking system of the country. Every bank has been seized by the authorities. All banks are now under the control of the Donetsk People's Republic. Now, that's probably more than just about any place else in the world has been able to accomplish up to now. And some of these are being kept open. I think it's fair to say that even Donetsk, like many places in the former Soviet Union, is overbanked. So a lot of these branch banks are being shut down. But the bank that belonged to Kolomoisky, the oligarch, the neo-feudal boyar, I guess, who has been causing so much trouble. I think he's on the run right now. They've kept that open for the purpose of paying pensions and social benefits. So the dynamic was that the Kiev fascist regime decided to cut the payment of pensions. They said, well, we're not going to pay pensions to you people out there in those rebellious areas. So the government in Donetsk has now said, we're going to force the Kolomoisky Bank to start paying these pensions and other benefits. And I have pictures, and I am an eyewitness of the lines of people crowding around the offices of this one bank, several, many branches, but one banking logo that were kept open in order to pay these pensions. So it is the banking system practically at the disposal of the people. So banks nationalized. That's pretty good for starters. I hope you will agree. Litvinov points out that the economic policy they have been developing has been done in cooperation with two economic institutes in Moscow. And I hope to find out more about those economic institutes in Moscow, because I think they may be regarding the Donetsk-Donbass as a laboratory for new programs that can actually be applied inside Russia. That's just a guess that I have. So Litvinov says, we do not deny private initiative. There's plenty of room for individual entrepreneurs. However, it will be according to criteria established by the government, by the state. So this amounts to what we've been preaching here for many a moon. It is dirigism. Dirigism is being installed in the Donetsk and other areas. So what does this look like? First of all, the state control of national resources. It means in particular that there's a large coal mining industry, and Litvinov talked about the intentions that they have to develop this coal mining industry further. It simply shows if you are a left liberal Malthusian mushhead here in the United States, you are painting yourself out of world history, because the things that you think are important are not the ones that are important out there in the real world. Coal. I saw a newspaper headline, "There will be coal." Yes, there will be coal. There will be economic survival. And that, of course, requires its own infrastructure. It requires repairs to the existing infrastructure. As Litvinov said, they need rail development. They've got to develop their railroads, and they need rolling stock. They need gondola cars and other rolling stock, other railroad cars, freight cars, because so many have been destroyed in the fighting unleashed by Kiev starting last spring and last summer. However, this government is determined to do one of the most basic things that any government should and must do: be the world leader in something. Be the world leader in some area of high-tech, high energy density, high capital intensity production. And Litvinov says for the Donetsk People's Republic, it is machine tools that are connected to coal. Machine tools used for coal mining. And they propose to become the world leader in that area through exports. And they have already received delegations from China and Vietnam interested in buying the world-class technology which Donetsk has in this area. So machine tools and the coal mining industry. They also have significant capabilities in the construction area, right? Civil engineering and building all kinds of things. They are talking to German companies about expanding that. One of the things he also pointed out is there's a shortage of bricks, and I mean ceramic bricks, so it's the bricks that a bricklayer would lay down. There's also news about the BRICS Bank, but right now he's talking about bricks. Back in a minute.
Attention taxpayers. If you've received a notice from the IRS or state, do not ignore it. It's also a big mistake to try and handle your tax problem on your own. If you owe back taxes, it's a fact that the government has the power to take everything you own, including your home, business, wages, savings, and your freedom. But here's the good news. There's a special toll-free tax hotline set up especially for you. This tax hotline will tell you about new programs that are geared to help you dramatically settle, reduce, or eliminate what you owe. But you have to call now. Take down this number or put it in your cell phone. But call 877-345-7645. That's 877-345-7645. When you call, you get free information on how you can reduce or eliminate back taxes, including penalties and interest. You can also be helped if you have unfiled returns, a tax lien, wage garnishment, bank levy, or if you've been entered into a payment plan but can't make the payments. Don't make the big mistake in thinking you can ignore or handle your tax problem on your own. You can stop the collection process immediately at 1-877-345-7645. That's 1-877-345-7645. 1-877-345-7645.
Hi, Coast to Coast listeners. I'm Kay Zwirling from KSCO Radio in Santa Cruz. I'm 93 years old, and I'm a big fan of George Norrie because his topics and guests are fascinating and really get you thinking. George is just as bothered as I am by all the advertising you hear for toxic prescription drugs that make you sicker, not healthy. I prefer to give my body all 90 essential nutrients it needs for life. life to prevent disease, not compound it. My favorite complete supplement is Beyond Tangy Tangerine from Longevity, which I take every day along with EFA Plus and Beyond OsteoFX, which together are called the Healthy Start Pack. I recommend you go online to criticalhealthnews.com to purchase these products. That's criticalhealthnews.com or call 855-949-RADIO.
On the average, Americans work between 45 to 50 years hoping to build up enough wealth to retire and live out their golden years. Unfortunately, with taxation, the rising cost of food, energy, housing, and medical, many retirees are forced to live below the poverty line. Is this a flaw free enterprise, or is our monetary unit we call the Federal Reserve Note forcing us into perpetual debt, ensuring inflation and higher taxes? These questions and more can be answered by reading G. Edward Griffin's book, The Creature from Jekyll Island. Congressman Ron Paul states it's what every American needs to know about central bank power, a gripping adventure into the secret world of international banking cartel. Hi, this is Ted Anderson. I will give a silver dollar from the early 1900s to anyone who purchases this book. Call 1-800-686-2237 and order a copy today. It's critical that the public be made aware of the system. Call and order your copy today at 1-800-686-2237. That's 1-800-686-2237.
It's time to build your own emergency food stockpile with the industry leader, My Patriot Supply. Once you try them, you'll know why so many Americans like you have made them part of their emergency preparedness plan. Experience the My Patriot Supply difference today with this unbelievable offer. Right now, a 4-week food supply is only $99, and that includes free shipping. That's 50% off the online price. Call 800-274-3070 to claim yours. Limit 2 per caller while supplies last. This offer isn't available online, so you want to make sure and grab this opportunity to get prepared today. 800-274-3070 to get your 4-week food supply for the incredible price of only $99, and it'll be shipped to you completely free. Call 800-274-3070 right now. That's 800-274-3070 to claim yours while supplies last. Don't wait. Call today.
We are the premier independent talk radio network, the Genesis Communications Network, GC.
Welcome back to World Crisis Radio program recorded here on the 24th of April 2015. Just back from the war zone in Donetsk People's Republic, and reporting on the economic revolution going on in this small part of Europe, which nevertheless happens to be the one area where you don't have the European Union, you don't have the World Trade Organization, you don't have the IMF, you don't have the World Bank, you don't have any of that, and you can then go ahead and write your own ticket. So the nationalization of the banks, the government control over natural resources and energy, as we've just been going through it. Energy in general, electricity, is under government control. It has been de facto nationalized. There will be due process, but for the moment it is responding to the imperatives, the directives given by the government in Donetsk. And similarly for the natural resources, coal is being revived, and that is one of the key tasks of the government. By the way, Litvinov said Royal Dutch Shell came by and they wanted to take over our coal industry, and the answer was no. And Hunter Biden came by and he wanted, or his emissaries, he wanted to take over the coal industry, and the answer was no again. Now, the other area, of course, coal is one thing. The black in the Donetsk flag, as he said, the black can be one of two things if you want. It can be coal, tremendous coal area, one of the great coal mining areas of the world, always with these, at the top of the mine shaft, these large wheeled contraptions that control the elevators up and down and so forth. So one side is coal, the other is the Black Earth region. Either among the best agricultural areas in the world, or maybe the best agricultural area in the world, is the Ukrainian Black Earth region. When you drive around, you can see how black and rich that earth is. So what's going on there? It's something beyond an agricultural cooperative, not an agricultural cooperative, although in many ways similar, but he said it can be compared to a collective farm, a kolkhoz.